interaction of yours. So, welcome on stage, Maria. So, Maria, a powerful force in life transformation, breaks societal norms to empower others. With over 20 years in the financial sector and a decade in self development, she unleashes potential by blending intellect with creativity. Driven by personal fulfillment, Maria redefines leadership, guiding individuals to purpose driven lives. As an FCCA with over 20 years of banking and finance experience, she excels in financial analysis and accounting. Certified as an HRDA instructor and professional coach, Maria brings resilience and adaptability, inspiring a new era of influential leaders redefining success. So that's the interaction of Maria. You can occupy the stage.
Thank you so much, Melinda. Thank you for being here. Hello, everyone. I welcome everyone from whichever part of the world you're coming. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. And thank you, Melinda, for this introduction. I come from a small island and I love going to the sea. I love taking long walks by the sea. And one day, as I was walking, something different happened in that walk. I saw a lady, an old lady, and she was holding her bottle and she was trying to fill in that bottle with water from a small puddle, which was dirty with mud and with insects in it. And I didn't like what I was seeing. So I stepped near her and I told her that there was a tub a few steps away so that she could use that clean water. And I even offered her a cup of clean water from that tap. But she stood up, she stared me in the eyes, and she refused. She refused to take the clean water, and she continued to take from the puddle, the dirty one. And I was really confused and frustrated, and I was wondering, why is this happening? Why is this lady not taking the water? Um, and as Melinda said before, I am in the coaching industry and a trainer and an accountant. And I have faced the chaos and the turbulence of many people throughout my practice. And being a mother of a single mother of two children, and while being also a professional with over 20 years in a corporate world, where I faced immense stress and burnout, and all this coupled with personal challenges, as we all have, made me wonder, why would a person not allow to take clean water? So my life a few years back was muddy and turbulent, and I was feeling as if I was standing in the middle of a disturbed ocean with wild waves, and I had nothing to hold on to. I just had a piece of small wood to hold on to and nothing else. And it was me feeling alone and in my chaos. So I would like to address a question. Did you ever feel like that? Have you ever experienced a situation where you felt that everything was against you, that you lost faith in life, that life was so unfair against you and leaving you wondering, why is this happening to you? So I'm going to share my journey. And I would like to say that my situation was more than just a normal piece of distraction. What actually happened was that a family member that I loved very much started to feel afraid of my presence, and I didn't know why. So what I did some research, and I was trying to find what was happening. Can you imagine getting into this family gatherings, having to drive in the same car, and feeling that this person could not stand your presence and was feeling frustrated and not trusting you? It was awkward, and I was not feeling very well about this. So when this was happening and so many other things in my life, in my journey, um, and everything was spinning in so much chaos, I didn't know where to turn to, and I didn't understand how to calm this disturbed ocean I was feeling that I was in, these wild waves. So what I did, I started making some research. I wanted to find the answers. Why was this happening? So there is a saying, when the student is ready, the teachers arrive, and teachers did arrive. Incredible people came in my way, in my journey, and they lighted up the way to support me and find the courage. And I found the courage throughout this experience, through mentoring, coaching, through teaching, healing, to find the strength and the courage to make that one decision that truly changed my life. And I know it may seem impossible to turn around your life with only one decision, but believe me, everything is possible until you decide that you are capable. How on earth I was going to do it? I didn't know. I just made that decision that everything I was going through, I was going to find a way out. And I know it sounds so simple just to make a decision and turn around things, yes, but it is so profound, because when you decide with all your heart that you want to go to a direction, that you want to make a difference in your life, what do? You wake up that part of your brain that it enables you to be disciplined, it enables you to be focused in your direction, and inspires you to take action. So, among all these things that I have shared up to now, I want you to imagine yourself standing by a beautiful sea in a calm day. The water is clear. You're standing and you see the reflection of the trees in the water. How do you feel? You feel calm, right? Now I want you to imagine yourself standing opposite the sea, but now the water is not clear. It's turbulent, it's muddy, it's you cannot see beneath the surface. How would you feel? Would you still feel the same way? And as I was trying to understand why that old lady refused to accept and take all the clean water that I gave her and I offered her, it struck me. I had to come to understand that this is exactly what was happening with my life. And it was a moment of huge understanding. That was exactly what was happening when I stayed in a marriage that got me stuck and I betrayed myself enough. And then I understand, I came to a realization that that was exactly what was happening when I stayed in a job that got me stuck, because I was working endless hours and I was burnout. And then I came to another understanding that what happened with the relationships with the people around me, that I was taken for granted because I had placed no boundaries. And it's like drinking water with flies in it. Those were the flies buzzing in my water. And just as I wouldn't accept to drink water filled with flies, as the lady kept doing when I offered her the clean water, I had come to understand that I shouldn't and I didn't want my life to be filled with chaos and negativity. So I decided I'm capable, and I decided that I wanted to clear my water, to find peace and to find clarity. And I'm sharing this story today. I'm sharing my journey because I want to show you how I did it, how I took the flies out of my water. And so that if you want, you can do it, because you can do it also. But as things evolved, soon enough, I was left with a big surprise. And this is what happened next. Things got worse, not better. Things got more painful. And for my surprise, not less painful. things got more confusing rather than clearer. So life started sending me more of this chaos. Relationship betrayals, one after the other, serious health issues within the family, fights within the family, rebellious teenagers, addictions, shortages, financial shortages, and so much more. And things were getting worse and worse. And my partner did not want me and rejected me through his actions. My current job at the time did not want me and wanted me to become something which I was not aligned with my true self. People around me rejected me. And on top of that, a loved person also um, rejected me. And that was a slap in the face. That was huge. And as I was so confused, why was this happening to me? The moment I tried to change my life, the moment I made this decision to clear my life, I have come to realization whenever you decide, you have the intention to change your life, to change something, to clear your mind, that exact moment distractions get bigger. And this was eye-opening for me, because now I could understand why this was happening. And I realized that chaos did not want to die. This turbulence was feeling afraid that it will be killed. So what happened was sending more and more of this in order to stop me. But now I knew, and this was a turning point, because when you know what is happening, you have the strength to rise above. You have the strength to go beyond what's considered possible. So have you ever had things go so bad that you realize you have what it takes, but then you're left with a big surprise like me? I'm sure many of us have experienced like something like that. Have you ever wanted to go on beyond and solve whatever was happening in your life? Well, sharing my journey, I'm just saying that I was there and I did it, and so can you. But as it does not get easier and it gets harder, it also it's also important to realize that life is difficult anyway, and it's painful, and it might continue getting worse and worse if you don't do anything, if you stay stuck with the flies in your water. And the question is, do you want to stay like this for the rest of your life? Because chaos does not want to die. But if chaos does not die, someone else will. Who will that be? So going back to my journey, when this loved person rejected me, I was very hurt. They pushed me away from their life. And I had come to realize that when I was going through all these emotional distractions, I had come to realize that things were not happening to me. They were happening through me. And that was a turnaround moment, another turnaround moment for me. And, we have choices all the time. We're faced with choices. So I had the choice to fight back to this rejection I was receiving. But instead, I didn't do that. I did not fight back at all. And someone might say, "Are you crazy? What are you doing? Why do you don't fight back? Why you don't support yourself?" Well, I supported myself in a different way. I supported myself by standing still. I decided to let things go on their normal flow. I decided to give space to the problem. Oh my God, I know it sounds strange, but that was a big shift for me. And then I learned that throughout this experience, I felt like I was finally finding a way out. I was finally taking control of my life. I was becoming my superhero. But then I realized that superheroes do fall, and they can also rise above, they can fly. So when you give space to this problem, whatever problem each one has of us have, you can rise and fly. But how do you do that? How I did that? Well, I stepped back. I did not interfere in the life of my loved person. Even though this hurt me a lot, I stepped back and I gave the permission to this person, and I accepted the way the things were at the point to find their own answers, to fill in the dots, to come to realization, to come to a conclusion, to finally see the truth. And I stepped back and I didn't take things personally. And when you don't take things personally, that was the wake up call for me, because I stopped victimizing myself, because I had victimized myself enough up to that point to realize that chaos was fighting back to me through this rejection. So I'm asking you, what would you do if the one thing that you feared the most, you will need to give space to it? And not only accept, but give more space to it. What would you do? Because I developed a capacity in that moment in time by finding ways to give space to that problem. And that is what makes it magical. That is when I realized I was becoming a Jedi. And so can you. So, do you remember in cartoons when the heroes fight the beast and there is a breakdown of the castle and there is fire everywhere? And the hero flies within this chaos and rises above the ashes. That was my journey. And it had it all: the chaos, the fear, the disappointment, the pain, the overcoming, the realizations, the breaking the ego, the light and the shadow together. So throughout this journey, you become resilient and you come more wise out of it. What a great relief for the truth to finally be revealed. And it is through your experiences that you can learn to be patient, that you can learn to accept things that you cannot change, that you can learn to not take things personally, because that is where the big shift is. And you can also learn that you can be the superhero of your life, and that superheroes fall, but they can also fly. So my life experiences pushed me beyond the limits that was considered possible. And you know, life betrays you. Even being the best person, someone might poison loved persons against you. And even if you put everything into a relationship, they might betray you or undermine you. And even being pleasing to everyone around you, they might disrespect you. But this is how life is. But when you realize that when life rejects you, you're not a victim, you have the power within to rise above. And you have the power to come back to that from that place without taking things personally. Then you rise and you thrive. And all my life experiences were life rejecting me. And I had to find a way to build myself up enough so that I can come terms to that. That when life throws you things, you can stand empowered. You can stand still and you can face anything that comes in your way. And this is a great motto. I can face everything that comes on my way. And you can train, you yourself can train yourself. You have the power to stand still and not feed more of that chaos to survive. And you can manage to do that without losing the love for yourself and the love for your loved ones. So that way you can meet your chaos and you can find the hidden order behind whatever life experiences you're facing. So I know it might sound impossible, but you can do it. So every time a distraction comes in your life, when something happens and it turns you around, every time the flies come in your water, you can face them and you can get them out. And I'm telling you, like in everyone's life, emotional triggers will be there and will be popping. They will not stop. I'm not saying that they stop, and I'm not trying to scare you with whatever I'm sharing with you. I'm just trying to share that whatever is happening, you have the power within. And regardless, the emotional triggers that will keep popping, that might be like that worries, worrying about medical tests, worrying about your child's performance in school, whether you're grieving for the loss of your loved ones, whether someone is rejecting you, whatever is keep happening, you can continue to emerge in life. And the key is how to respond to it. And I can certainly understand feelings of rejection and feelings of meeting and dealing with chaos, but you can reach that point too. And you can reach that point where you can see that things are not personal. And now I want you to visualize and imagine life like a puzzle where all the pieces are together, like finances, personal, professional, spiritual, health issues, whatever the parts of your life are. I want you to imagine that this is your puzzle and that all the pieces are in alignment. And I want you to stand opposite this puzzle, and I would like you to imagine and see how you picture your life. When everything is in alignment, you will see a clear picture. Now I want you to picture this puzzle and some pieces are missing. Would you still see the same picture of your life? Would it be clear? Or would it be a little bit of distorted picture? Well, now I want you to move a step further. You're standing there and you're watching the puzzle of your life and many pieces are missing. How would that picture feel? Maybe it would look like a mess, like a chaos, because there are distractions. These are the distractions we face in our life. And when a lot of pieces are missing, we cannot see a clear picture. So these struggles cloud your mind and leaving you struggling with what to do next. To regain control of your life, you need to have mental clarity, because clarity is like pure water. And because when you take things personally, your emotional triggers cloud your thoughts. But when you step back and you don't take things personally, you can picture what your puzzle is like, what the missing parts are, and you can start to put the pieces together. And throughout my journey, throughout all these incredible teachers that came along and they helped me and they walked by my side, they coached me, they mentored me, and they helped me get my flies out of my water. So flies are my flies are my flies, and your flies are your flies. And I don't know how many flies you have in your water or whether you want to take them out or not. And we're not in comparison here. I'm just saying that flies are there but I know if you take the decision to be coached, to be mentored, to find a way out, to decide that you're capable, then you can see that you deserve to drink clear water. But you can also see that all these distractions are not interruptions anymore, because you can face them in a different way. So clearing your mind doesn't happen overnight. It takes commitment, effort, and patience. And developing the skill to keep your mind clear allows you to tap into your brilliance. And as Dr. DeMartini says, when the voice and the vision on the inside is louder than the opinions on the outside, then you master your life. And this is how I took my journey. And this is how I transformed my life, from dealing from my chaos to reaching clarity and tapping into my true self and into my brilliance. And so can you. And how would you feel if you learn from someone who has mastered the chaos, how you can do it too? So I want you to remember that clarity and brilliance is not a sprint, but it's a marathon. Each step that you take takes you closer and closer to bringing clarity in your life, and bring clarity and tap into your inner potential. So I'm asking you, I'm telling you, if you want, you can embrace this journey, this process within, because through these challenges, opportunities lie to rise and thrive and get wiser and stand in a different way, more empowered in your life. Because I believe this is the way people can get out of their chaos and negativity and find a new direction, a new way of living. Because this is how I saved my life and everything around me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maria, for sharing your story and inspiring many with your presentation today. So, yeah, you drew the audience with your presentation. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much and for joining this Global Virtual Summit 2024. And we have more three speakers left for the day. So please do join the speaker sessions and share your thoughts.
Thank you, Melinda. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye bye.